Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel Competitive Scholar. I am thrilled to have you here. In today's video, we will be covering MCQs on the Congress Socialist Party, that is CSP. It is a very crucial topic for all of your competitive exams like state PSC, UPSC, SSC and etc. In high school teacher exams also you will get these questions. Then let's have a brief understanding about CSP, that is Congress Socialist Party. It is formed in 1934 and established as the socialist group within the Indian National Congress. It was led by iconic leaders like Jay Prakash Narayan, Acharya Narendra Dev, and their aim was to push Congress towards more socialist, pro-poor and anti-imperialistic policies, and the CSP played a key role in organizing peasants, workers, youth, especially during the period of 1930s to 40s. Okay, now let's start the question series. Here we will cover around 130 plus questions, and this is the first series of CSP. You will get around 2 to 3 series of this topic. So let's come to the first question. I have given all the explanations related to each question. You can read it by yourself. First one is, which of the following leaders was strongly influenced by socialist ideas within the Congress? A. Mahatma Gandhi, B. Jawaharlal Nehru, C. Sardar Patel, D. Rajendra Prasad. And the correct answer is option B. Here is the explanation. Next. Question number 2. The leaders who promoted socialist thinking in Congress during 1920s and 30s included Subhash Chandra Bose, Jayaprakash Narayan, Acharya Narendra Dev, D. All of the above. And the correct answer is option D. You can pause the video and note it down. Or if you want the PDF, then you can tell me in the comment section. I will provide you. The Congress Socialist Party was formed mainly by A. Mahatma Gandhi and Sardar Patel, B. Motilal Nehru and Gopal Krishna Gokhale, C. J.P. Narayan, Acharya Narendra Dev and Lohia, D. Lala Lajpat Rai and Bal Gangadhar Tilak. And the correct answer is option C. Next, what was the aim of socialist leaders within the Congress? A. To divide the Congress. B. To introduce a socialist economic program. C. To support British reforms. D. To stop mass movements. B is the correct answer. Which event influenced many Congress leaders to adopt socialist or communist ideas? A. Swadeshi movement, B. Russian Revolution 1917, C. Civil disobedience movement, D. Quit India movement. Correct answer is B. Next, Subhash Chandra Bose supported socialist ideas because he believed in A. Village-based economy, B. State-led planning and industrial growth, C. Non-violence, D. Religious harmony. B is the correct answer. Jayaprakash Narayan was known for his role in A. Moderating negotiations with the British, B. Leading the Congress Socialist Party, C. Drafting the Indian Constitution, D. Leading the Muslim League. B is the correct answer. Achyut Patwardhan and Ram Mohan Lohia were associated with A. Hindu Mahasabha, B. Communist Party, C. Socialist movement within Congress, D. British Indian Army, and C is the correct answer. Which ideology attracted many young Congress leaders in the 1930s? A. Monarchism, B. Communism or socialism, C. Capitalism, D. Imperialism. And the correct answer is B. The Congress Socialist leaders believed in A. Complete cooperation with the British, B. No economic changes after independence, C. Reducing inequalities and ensuring social justice, D. Supporting princes and landlords. C is the correct answer. The Congress Socialist Party was founded in which year? A. 1925, B. 1930, C. 1934, D. 1939. C is the correct answer. Who among the following was not a founder of the Congress Socialist Party? A. J.P. Narayan, B. Acharya Narendra Dev, C. Masani, D. Sardar Patel. D is the correct answer. The members of Congress Socialist Party were critical of which of the following? A. Gandhi's tactics and strategy, B. Communist approach, C. Both A and B, D. None. C is the correct answer. What was the main aim of the Congress Socialist Party? A. To break away from Congress and form a separate party, to give Congress a socialist direction, C. To support British reforms, D. To promote princely states. Correct answer is B. 15. Which of the following activities did CSP focus on outside Congress? A. Organizing peasants and workers, B. Printing newspapers, C. Forming trade agreements, D. Collecting taxes. A is the correct answer. Who were the founders of the Congress Socialist Party in 1934? A. Nehru, Patel, Rajendra Prasad, B. Jayaprakash Narayan, Ram Manohar Lohia, Acharya Narendra Dev, Subhas Bose, Nehru, Gandhi, D. J.P. Narayan, Bose, Lajpat Rai. B is the correct answer. The Congress Socialist Party emerged as A. Separate political party outside Congress, B. Socialist faction within the Congress Party, C. Religious reform group, D. Youth wing of Congress. B is the correct answer. What was the main reason behind the formation of the Congress Socialist Party? A. Disagreement with British policies, B. Differences in ideology with Mahatma Gandhi, C. Demand for reservation policies, D. Promotion of princely states. Correct answer is B. The Congress Socialist Party aimed to achieve A. Only India's independence, B. Only socialism, C. Both independence and socialism, D. Only economic reforms. C is the correct answer. Who promoted CSP ideas through the Congress Socialist Journal? A. Nehru, B. J.P. Narayan, C. Ram Manohar Lohia, D. Subhas Bose. Correct answer is C. The Congress Socialist Party was dissolved in A. 1942, B. 1945, C. 1948, D. 1950. And the correct answer is C. Next, the All India Congress Committee meeting at Patna in May 1934 was primarily held to A. Approve the Quick India Movement, B. Set up a parliamentary board for elections, C. Draft the constitution, D. Formulate Swadeshi policies. And the correct answer is option B. Question number 23. The All India Congress Socialist Party was formed by members who A. Supported British rule, B. Held separate meetings due to ideological differences, C. Wanted to merge with the Communist Party, D. Opposed participating in elections completely. B is the correct answer. Next, where was the major policy deciding meeting of the Congress Socialist Party planned for 1934? A. Patna, B. Bombay, C. Calcutta, D. Lahore. B is the correct answer. Who served as the General Secretary of the All India Congress Socialist Party in 1934? A. Acharya Narendra Dev, B. Mino Masani, C. Jayaprakash Narayan, D. Ashok Mehta. C is the correct answer. The Congress Socialist Party was founded to stop the flow of youth towards A. Gandhian ideology, B. Swadeshi movement, C. Communist ideology, D. Revolutionary terrorism. C is the correct answer. Next. Which leader served as the president of the Congress Socialist Party? A. Ashok Mehta, B. Jayaprakash Narayan, C. Acharya Narendra Dev, D. Dr. Lohia. C is the correct answer. Next, Gangasaran Sinha, Ramakrishna Benipuri, Rambiksha Benipuri, and Ramanand Misra were associated with A. Forward Bloc, B. Bihar Socialist Party, C. Communist Party of India, D. Hindu Mahasabha. Correct answer is B. Next, Jayaprakash Narayan played a secret role during the Quit India movement along with Nehru and Patel, B. Patel and Bose, C. Lohia and Aruna Asaf Ali, D. Gandhi and Sarojini Naidu. C is the correct answer. J.P. Narayan called for complete revolution from Gandhi Maidan on A. 15th August 1947, B. 5th June 1974, C. 26th January 1950, D. 12th March 1930. B is the correct answer. Next, J.P. Narayan was awarded Bharat Ratna in A. 1974, B. 1989, C. 1999, D. 2001. C is the correct answer. The Bombay Manifesto of 20th May 1936 was signed by A. 11 industrialists, B. 21 industrialists, C. 51 industrialists, D. 100 industrialists. B is the correct answer. The Bombay Manifesto opposed whose socialist ideas? A. Gandhi, B. Nehru, C. Bose, D. J.P. Narayan. B is the correct answer. Why did some Congress members decide to enter legislatures in 1934? A. To oppose the civil disobedience movement. B. To work for Congress cause from within the government. C. To support the British administration. D. To propagate communist ideology. B is the correct answer. What concern did the socialists have about the constitutionalist? They would weaken the Swadeshi movement. B. They would detain the revolutionary nature of Congress. C. They would merge Congress with the Muslim League. D. They would ban peasant movements. The answer is B. Here is the explanation. According to J.P. Narayan, what should Congress socialists avoid? Participating in any election, opposing Gandhian ideas publicly, antagonizing genuine nationalist elements, supporting Kishan Savas. Correct answer is C. The All India Congress Socialist Conference held at Patna in 1934 led to A. Formation of Princely States Union, B. Creation of the Bihar Socialist Party, C. Revival of the non-cooperation movement, D. Merger of CSP with INC. Correct answer is B. Who became the Joint Secretary of the Congress Socialist Party in 1934? A. Acharya Narendra Dev, B. Ashok Mehta, C. Minu Masani, D. Achyuta Patwardhan. C is the correct answer. What major program was adopted at the Bombay Conference of 1934? A. Complete halt of all movements. B. Blueprint for a socialist society in India. A policy of cooperation with the British. D. Declaration of separate electorate. B is the correct answer. Which of the following leaders believed CSP would eventually divide the Indian National Congress? A. Nehru, B. J.P. Narayan, C. Swarajist, D. Communist. C is the correct answer. On which issues did CSP and Congress differ? A. Participation in World War, B. Government of India Act 1935 and Ministries of 1937, C. Non-alignment during Cold War, D. Panchayati Raj system. And the correct answer is B. Why did the CSP fail to attract Indian masses? A. It supported princely state. B. Congress and communists remained indifferent to CSP. C. It opposed the Quit India movement. D. It had too many industrialists as members. B is the correct answer. What was considered the major weakness of the CSP leadership? A. They were too aggressive and militant. B. They were more idealistic than genuinely revolutionary. C. They were closely aligned with British policies. D. They had no interest in socialism. B is the correct answer. Next. According to Nehru, at the 1936 Lucknow session, socialism was necessary to end A. Internal migration, B. Religious tension, C. Poverty and unemployment, D. Growth of princely state. And C is the correct answer. What was one significant contribution of CSP despite its weaknesses? A. Abolition of Jamindari, B. Creation of a national army, C. Growth of peasant and labor organization, D. Drafting the Constitution of India. And C is the correct answer, and you can see the explanation here and take a screenshot of this. What level was given to Congress members who wanted to work inside legislatures after 1934? A. Revolutionaries, B. Constitutionalists, C. Moderates, D. Extremists. B is the correct answer. Why did socialists feel the need to launch CSP within the Congress? A. To support capitalist leaders. B. To oppose the formation of Kisan Sabhas. C. To prevent dilution of Congress revolutionary spirit. D. To promote communal harmony. And C is the correct answer. What was J.P. Narayan's stated aim regarding Congress' political character? A. Turn Congress into a pro-British body. B. Develop it into a true anti-imperialist body. C. Convert it into a religious movement. D. Make Congress support princely states. And B is the correct answer. Question number 49. When was the All India Congress Socialist Conference at Bombay held? A. January 1933, B. October 22 to 23, 1934, C. March 1935, D. May 1936. B is the correct answer. What important step was taken at the Bombay Conference of 1934? A. CSP dissolved. B. Congress adopted socialism. C. Formation of the All India Congress Socialist Party. D. Nehru resigned from Congress. And C is the correct answer. Which position did Minu Mosani hold in the newly formed CSP? A. President. B. Treasurer. C. Joint Secretary. D. Working Chairperson. And C is the correct answer. Which of the following was not a disagreement between CSP and the Congress leadership? A. Government of India Act 1935. B. Kishan Sabha Organization. C. Agitation in princely states. D. Formation of the UN Charter. D is the correct answer. Which group of Congress leaders feared CSP would eventually divide the Congress? A. Communist. B. Swarajist. C. Princely states representatives. D. Home Rule League. Answer is B. Which statement did Nehru make at the Lucknow Congress session of 1936? A. Only capitalism can solve unemployment. B. Socialism is essential to end poverty and degradation. C. India needs no economic reforms. D. Communism is the only path to freedom. B is the correct answer. What was one reason for the limited success of the Congress Socialist Party? A. Lack of educated leadership. B. opposition from both Congress and CPI, C. strong support from industrialists, D. failure to support the Quit India movement. B is the correct answer. What was identified as the major weakness of CSP leaders? A. Too aggressive and violent. B. More idealistic than practical. C. Excessive support for monarchy. D. Lack of cooperation with youth. B is the correct answer. CSP succeeded in forming several organizations for which group? A. Industrialists and Jamindars. B. Peasants and laborers. C. Bankers and traders. D. Lawyers and bureaucrats. B is the correct answer, and here is the full explanation of this question. You can take a screenshot. What was the reaction of Communist Party of India, that is CPI, towards CSP, that is A. Strong support. B. Full collaboration. C. Indifference. D. Hostility and boycott. C is the correct answer. Next, question number 60. What twin goals defined the Congress Socialist Party's mission? A. Socialism and monarchy. B. Communal unity and capitalism. C. Independence and socialism. D. Industrialization and princely state support. C is the correct answer. After the civil disobedience movement was suspended in 1934, which group of congressmen decided to enter the legislature? A. Extremist. B. Constitutionalist. C. Revolutionaries. D. Swarajist. Correct answer is B. Why did some socialists want to form a socialist party within Congress in 1934? A. To support British reforms. B. To weaken Congress from inside. C. To protect the revolutionary character of Congress. D. To promote princely state. C is the correct answer. '63. Which ideological element did the Congress Socialist share with Communists? A. Support for British rule. B. Marxist ideas. C. Total rejection of nationalism. D. Desire to abolish INC. B is the correct answer. What was the primary ideological difference between Congress Socialist and Communist? A. Congress Socialist supported capitalism. B. Communist opposed industrialization. C. Congress Socialist remained loyal to the INC. D. Communist supported Gandhian economics. C is the correct answer. The communists owned their allegiance to which organization? A. League of Nations. B. British Labour Party. C. Communist International. D. All India Trade Union Congress. C is the correct answer. Which class did most Congress socialists belong to? A. Peasants. B. Industrial laborers. C. Westernized middle class. D. Princely families. C is the correct answer. The Congress Socialists practiced a combination of A. Liberal democracy, princely loyalty, and communal politics. B. Gandhian nationalism, Marxism, and Western social democracy. C. Capitalism, monarchy, and Gandhian economics. D. Revolutionary terrorism and Marxism alone. B is the correct answer. The formation of a socialist party within Congress was triggered mainly by A. British economic reform, B. Suspension of the civil disobedience movement, C. Formation of the Muslim League, D. Quit India movement. B is the correct answer. And here is the complete explanation of this question. Next, question number 69. Which statement best describes the Congress Socialist view on nationalism? A. They rejected nationalism completely. They believed in nationalism while also accepting socialist principles. C. They were strictly internationalist. D. They wanted India to remain a British dominion. B is the correct answer of this question. 70. Congress Socialists differed from Communists mainly because Congress Socialists A. Supported international revolution, B. Focused only on worker movements, C. Considered themselves nationalist first, D. Opposed democratic values. C is the correct answer of this question. Next. Which ideological influence did not affect the Congress Socialist? A. Marx, B. Gandhi, C. Western social democracy, D. Fascism. D is the correct answer. Next. Next, question number 72. Congress Socialists believed that entering legislatures without a socialist counterforce would strengthen the INC, B. Improve relations with the British, C. Erode Congress revolutionary character, D. Help spread communism. And the correct answer is option C. Next, question number 73. The socialists within Congress wanted to form a separate group mainly because because they wanted to contest elections independently. They feared dilution of Congress revolutionary spirit. They supported princely states. They opposed peasant movements. And the correct answer is option B. And here is the explanation. This is the answer. Next, question number 74. Which of the following best describes the ideological nature of Congress Socialist? A. Pure communist ideology, only Gandhian ideology, mixed influence of Marx, Gandhi, and Western social democracy, only Western liberal democracy. And the correct answer is option C. Option C is the correct answer, and this is the explanation. Next, question number 75. One major difference between Congress Socialist and Communist was that A. Communists supported British rule, Congress Socialists supported princely states. Communists were loyal to Communist International. Congress Socialists rejected nationalism. C is the correct answer. And this is the explanation. Question number 76. Congress Socialists were mostly drawn from working class peasantry, westernized middle class, tribal communities, British officials. B is the correct answer. This is the explanation. Question number 77. The Congress Socialists believed that entering legislatures without a socialist counterforce would strengthen capitalist forces, bring instant independence, C. Encourage princely state, create communal tension. A is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. Question number 78. The communists differed from Congress Socialists mainly because they aimed to establish a parliamentary democracy, an international communist society, a capitalist economy, Gandhian, Gandhian rural development. B is the correct answer. And here is the explanation. Next, question number 79. Which of the following ideologies was not practiced by Congress Socialist? A. Marxian Socialism. B. Congress Nationalism. C. Western Liberal Democracy. D. Fascism. And the correct answer is option D. And here is the explanation. Next, the socialists feared that the rise of constitutionalists within Congress would encourage foreign investors, reduce Congress to a non-revolutionary body, end the Quit India movement, create communal divisions. And the correct answer is option B. Next, the suspension of which movement in 1934 encouraged socialist activity inside Congress? Non-cooperation, Quit India, civil disobedience, or Khilafat? And the correct answer is option C. Next, question number 82. Congress Socialists differed from the Communists because Congress Socialists rejected socialism, opposed Indian nationalism, were loyal to INC, supported the British government. And the correct answer is option C. Next, question number 83. The Congress Socialist Party CSP was formed in 1934 under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose. B. Acharya Narendra Dev, Jayaprakash Narayan. C. Gandhi and Patel. D. Lajpat Roy and Rajendra Prasad. And the correct answer is B. Here is the explanation. Next, question number 84. Who was appointed as the founding president of the Congress Socialist Party? A. Jayaprakash Narayan, B. Lam Manohar Lohia, C. Acharya Narendra Dev, D. Mino Masani. And the correct answer is option C. Who served as the General Secretary of the Congress Socialist Party at its formation? A. Acharya Narendra Dev, B. Jayaprakash Narayan, C. Ram Manohar Lohia, D. Yusuf Merali. B is the correct answer. This is the explanation. Which year marks the separation of Socialist from the Congress due to constitutional changes? A. 1935, B. 1942, C. 1948, D. 1950. And C is the correct answer. This is the explanation. Why did the Congress Socialists leave the Indian National Congress in 1948? They wanted to support British rule. B. Congress banned socialist ideology. C. Congress prevented dual party membership. D. They were expelled by Gandhi. C is the correct answer. Next. Question number 88. What was formed by socialist leaders after leaving the Congress in 1948? A. Forward Bloc. B. Communist Party. C. Socialist Party. D. Kisan Sabha. C is the correct answer. Which of the following leaders was not mentioned as a founder of the CSP in 1934? A. Acharya Narendra Dev, B. Jayaprakash Narayan, C. Ram Manohar Lohia, D. Jawaharlal Nehru. D is the correct answer. And this is the explanation. Question number 90. What was the main purpose behind forming the CSP inside Congress? A. To support capitalist industries. To oppose the Congress policies completely. To promote socialist ideas while remaining within Congress. D. To merge Congress with the Communist Party. C is the correct answer. Question number 91. Which of the following statements is true regarding the CSP? A. It was formed outside the Congress as an opposition party. B. It was a socialist group formed within the Congress. C. It aimed to support princely states. D. It was dissolved immediately in 1934. B is the correct answer. Next. Which constitutional amendment of Congress caused the exit of socialists in 1948? A. Ban on foreign educated leaders. B. Rule against dual membership of political parties. C. Introduction of separate electorate. D. Requirement of supporting princely states. B is the correct answer. Next. Question number 93. In the early 1930s, socialist groups within Congress first emerged in which of the following provinces? A. Bengal, Assam, Kerala. B. Bihar, UP, Bombay, Punjab. C. Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Sindh. D. Hyderabad, Mysore, Travancore. B is the correct answer. And here is the correct required explanation of this question. Question number 94. When was the Bihar Socialist Party formed with Joy Prakash Narayan as its secretary? August 1929, July 1931, May 1933, October 1934. B is the correct answer. Who led the Utkal Congress Socialist Karmi Sangha formed in February 1933? A. Achyut Patwardhan. B. Navakrishna Chaudhary, Minu Masani, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay. And the correct answer is B. Next, 96. Which combination of leaders formed the first Congress Socialist group in Bombay in December 1933? A. Nehru, Bose, J.P. Narayan. B. Yusuf Mehrali, Mino Masani, Achyut Patwardhan, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay. C. Gandhi, Patel, Rajendra Prasad. D. Lohia, Subhash Chandra Bose, Vallabhbhai Patel. And the correct answer is option B with explanation. The UP Socialist Party, formed in May 1934, was led by J.P. Narayan, Sampurnanand, Narendra Dev, P. Krishna Pillai. B is the correct answer. Next, 98. Kerala Congress Socialist Party was organized under the initiative of Nehru and J.P. Narayan, Bose and Patel, P. Krishna Pillai, E.M.S. Nambut Thiripath, Minu Moshani and Lohia. And the correct answer is option C. This is the correct explanation. Who presided over the first All India Congress Socialist Conference at Patna in May 1934? That was the first All India Congress Socialist Conference held at Patna in the year 1934 May. A. Jai Prakash Narayan, Ram Mohan Lohia, Acharya Narendra Dev, Sampurnanand. And the correct answer is option C. Next. What was Acharya Narendra Dev's criticism in his presidential speech at Patna? A. The growing influence of communists, the Swarajists wanting to enter legislatures. B. The Quit India movement strategy. D. Excessive centralization of INC. And the correct answer is option B. Next, at which event was the Congress Socialist Party officially formed? A. Patna Conference, May 1934. B. Bombay Conference, 20 to 23 October 1934. C. Lucknow Session, 1929. D. Karachi Session, 1931. B is the correct answer, and here is the required explanation of this question. Which book did Jayaprakash Narayan write to explain the relevance of socialism for India? A. The Discovery of India. B. Why Socialism? C. India's Freedom Struggle. D. Socialism and Society. B is the correct answer. And here is the correct explanation of this question. Next, 103. According to the Congress Socialist, nationalism was A. Opposed to socialism, B. An unnecessary ideology, C. A necessary stage before achieving socialism, D. A Western imported idea. And the correct answer is option C. And this is the explanation. Next, question number 104. Why did the socialists insist on working within the INC? A. INC was the main organization leading the national struggle. They wanted to capture INC for communist ideology. C. The post mass movement. D. They wanted to abolish INC. A is the correct answer. Next. (105). Which of the following was not one of the four fundamental ideas agreed upon by early Congress Socialists? A. Organizing peasants and workers. B. Providing socialist direction to Congress. C. Supporting British constitutional reform. D. National freedom as primary struggle. C is the correct answer. Next, 106. Which of the following economic reforms was not part of the socialist program? A. Abolition of Jamindari. B. State ownership of land. C. Nationalization of industries and banks. D. Increased privileges for princely state. D is the correct answer. The socialist program included communal electorate, redistribution of land to peasants, C. Sorry. Formation of princely alliance, D. Withdrawal from peasant movements. B is the correct answer. Question number 108. In which provinces did left leaning congressmen form yearly socialist group in the early 1930s? A. Bengal, Assam, Sindh. B. Bihar, UP, Bombay, Punjab. C. Gujarat, Rajasthan, Mysore. D. Odisha, Bengal, Hyderabad. B is the correct answer. 109. Who served as the secretary of the Bihar Socialist Party formed in July 1931? A. Acharya Narendra Dev. B. Jayaprakash Narayan. C. Sampunanand. D. Krishna Pillai. Correct answer is B. Utkal Congress Socialist Karmi Sangh was formed in February 1933 under the leadership of A. Navakrishna Chaudhuri, B. Sampurnanand, C. EMS Namboothiripad, D. Achyuta Patwardhan. A is the correct answer with explanation. The first Congress Socialist group in Bombay in December 1933 was formed by all except A. Yusuf Merali, B. Binu Masani, C. Achyut Patwardhan, D. Jawaharlal Nehru. And the correct answer is option D. Next. 112. In May 1934, the UP Socialist Party was formed under whose leadership? A. J.P. Narayan, B. Sampunanand, C. EMS Namboothiripad, D. Yusuf Merali. B is the correct answer. 113. Kerala Congress Socialist Party was founded due to efforts of which leaders? A. Nehru and Bose, B. Krishna Pillai and EMS Namboothiripad, C. Patel and Rajendra Prasad, D. J.P. Narayan and Lohia. B is the correct answer. Who convened the first All India Congress Socialist Conference at Patna in May 1934? A. Acharya Narendra Dev, B. Ram Manohar Lohia, C. Jai Prakash Narayan, D. Minu Mashani. And the correct answer is option C. Next, who presided over the Patna Conference of All India Congress Socialists in 1934? A. Sampunanand, B. Krishna Pillai, C. Acharya Narendra Dev, D. Kamaladevi Chattopadhyay. And the correct answer is C. Next, in his presidential speech at Patna, Narendra Dev criticized A. Quit India movement, B. Communists for opposing socialism, C. Swarajist trying to enter legislatures, D. Nehru for opposing civil disobedience. Correct answer is C. When was the Congress Socialist Party formally created? A. May 1931, B. February 1933, C. October 23, 1934, D. December 1935. I think this question is repeated. We have already discussed this. So the correct answer is C. Next, question number 119. According to Congress Socialist, the primary struggle in India was for A. Economic reform, B. National freedom, C. Industrial growth, D. Federation of princely state. And B is the correct answer. Early Congress socialists agreed that nationalism was A. Opposed to socialism, B. Unnecessary for political struggle, A. Necessary stage before socialism, D. A British import. C is the correct answer. Next, 121. Why did Congress Socialists insist on working inside INC? A. INC was the largest organization leading the national struggle. B. INC provided full support to communist ideology. C. Congress had no internal factions. D. They aimed to dissolve INC from within. And the correct answer is option A. Question number 122. Which among the following was not a fundamental idea of early Congress Socialist? A. Achieving national freedom. B. Working within Indian National Congress. C. Giving socialism a backseat to industrial capitalism. D. Organizing workers and peasants. And C is the correct answer. Next. The socialist program included all except A. Abolition of Jamindari, B. State ownership of land, C. Nationalization of industries, D. Growth of princely autocratic powers. D is the correct answer. Next. Question number 124. Which of the following was part of the economic program of the socialist? A. Increasing rent for peasants. B. Redistribution of land. C. Abolition of trade union. D. Privatizing banks. B is the correct answer. Next. Question number 125. The socialists wanted fixation of minimum wages because they sought A. Relief for jamindars. B. Better living standards for workers. C. Encouragement to landlords. D. Support for princely rulers. The correct answer is option B. Next, question number 126. Socialists wanted nationalization of industries primarily to A. Hand over industries to zamindars. B. Discourage foreign investor. C. Ensure state control for welfare and equal redistribution. D. Build military monopolies. And the correct answer is option C. Question number 127. What did the socialist groups established in the early 1930s represent within Congress? A. A right-wing conservative bloc. B. A leftist socialist oriented movement. C. A pro-British loyalist group. D. A communal organization. B is the correct answer. Question number 128. Why did communists join the Congress Socialist Party in 1935? A. Due to Nehru's invitation. B. As part of Comintern's United Front policy. C. Because CSP adopted a purely communist ideology. D. Due to merger of CPI and INC. And the correct answer is option B. And here is the complete explanation. Next, in which Indian state did communists dominate the CSP? A. Punjab and Bengal. B. Kerala and Odisha. C. Assam and Bombay. D. Mysore and Hyderabad. And B is the correct answer. Next. Question number 130. At one point, communists dominated the entire Congress in which region through their influence over CSP? A. Bihar. B. Kerala. C. Gujarat. D. Rajasthan. Answer is Kerala. Next, question number 131. Members of which revolutionary organization later joined CSP? A. Forward Bloc. B. Hindu Mahasabha. C. Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. D. Swaraj Party. Correct answer is C. Next, which HSRA leader, that is Hindustan Socialist Republican Association, this one, is mentioned as joining the CSP? A. Bhagat Singh. B. Rajguru. C. Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee. D. Sukhdev. And the correct answer is option C. Next, okay, this is the last question of today's session. So the question was, why was CSP not a homogeneous organization? A. It had supporters only from one state. B. It had multiple socialist and Marxist friends. C. It banned communist participation. D. It worked only for labor issues. B is the correct answer. So with this question, we are finishing our today's session, and there are also 100 plus questions are there in CSP topic. We will cover it in the probably in the next session. We will finish in two parts only. So thanks for watching the video. Thank you.